All right, ladies and gentlemen, universal mastery. Welcome back to my public YouTube channel. Today, we have a very interesting subject that is at hand, and this is absolutely something that I think you are going to find very important to know a lot more about. I am speaking about this subject today because there are so many people that ask me questions along the lines of exactly what we're going to be talking about today. And there's a lot of people that I see that are sort of going down a path that is really just going to keep them cycling and cycling and cycling and not really getting anywhere with their own personal self development, the ability for themselves to self reflect, and just being able to progress with their spiritual development process. Okay, so this has what we're going to be speaking about in today's video has to do with when you are getting cursed by another spiritual practitioner. So, this is a subject that obviously can scare a lot of different people. A lot of people don't really know what this means or what this is about. And especially when you're starting to get into occultism and you don't understand your own foundation in regards to the necessity to process emotions, to feel body sensations, and to create safety, there is so much room for people to get or to, let's say, get stuck in this cycle of thinking someone is out there to curse me. Someone is cursing me. I have evidence of it. And now what do? I am screwed. Someone has sent an entity to screw my life up. Someone is literally trying to kill me using black magic. I don't know what's going on. Now I feel like messaging Jeremiah or working with Jeremiah to figure out what I can do to protect myself, what types of spirituality or ritualistic practices that I need to do in order to counteract this attack that is being sent to me. This is exactly what I'm going to be discussing in this today's video. This is going to be super important to understand. You don't want to miss out. You want to know what is really going on here. So simply stay tuned and I will see you on the other side. Okay, so let me first start off with giving a little bit of an introduction of who I am, just in case you don't know by this point. My name is Jeremiah Schwartz. I am a professional occultist. I am fully initiated in the entirety of the Kabbalistic tree. I'm studied when it comes to 22 major arcana of the tarot deck, studied with planetary energies in association with astrology. And I am also very aware of trauma and its relationship to the nervous system. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the subject. So, once again, what has inspired me to make this video today talking about this specific subject? I have had so many people reach out to me throughout the years that I've been doing my own occult practices and having been a teacher, where people will come to me saying that someone is cursing me, someone has done black magic on me, I don't know what to do, I feel like my life is coming to an end, everything's flipping upside down. Now I'm spending all my money on other different types of spiritual practitioners so that they can protect me and make sure that I'm safe so that I'm not going to die or so that my life doesn't get ruined. And I have heard this over and over and over again. And then oftentimes it's followed by, hey, can you teach me how to initiate myself into the Qlippoth? Or can you teach me how to invoke these demonic energies so that I don't have to keep paying other people to protect me? Or, so that I can just have my own sense of safety by connecting with these different occult energies in general. So, as I said, I have heard so many people say these types of things to me. And a lot of the times they create these entire stories around what's going on and why this person is upset with them and why they're being attacked. Like, what is the reason why someone is cursing you with black magic? What is it that you said? What is it that you did? You have this whole story around it and you really feed into it, meaning you actually really believe that it's 100% true. And you think your life is pretty much, in many ways, you think your life is screwed and you kind of get yourself in this loop where you're always on edge and you're always walking on eggshells because you don't know how to get yourself out of the cycle of being unsafe. Okay. I mean, think about that. When you think someone is out there cursing you, using occult sciences to send destructive energies your way, you're pretty much, if you don't really understand what's truly happening at a core level, then you're going to most likely be living your life in a constant state of survival and probably in a constant state of shut down and freeze because you're always trying to run away from something. You're always trying to get away from something. You're always trying to protect yourself from something. And with all that, you don't even have time to live life. You don't even have time to feel good. You don't have time to thrive. You don't have time to nurture yourself. You don't have time to just be in the present moment because you think something's out there to get you or you think something's going to attack you. You think, I have to find the next thing to protect myself, whether it's, some other spiritual modality or something that, you're choosing to do in regards to your personal health, whatever these things are. So, the first place that we want to start with this, if you're someone who has been cursed, if you're someone that has been involved with other people or are currently involved with another person that is using ritualistic magic, using ritualistic practices to literally send dark energy to you in a way that is not meant for you to feel good. Let's just put it that way. If you're that person, if you are currently experiencing now, the first thing that you need to understand is that is okay. Your life is not over. This is not the end. Okay. The first thing that you want to understand is whatever is manifesting in your current reality when it comes to someone who is using black magic on you in a way that is not so healthy intentioned, that is also an aspect of you that is reflecting in this other person. So, what I'm saying here is that if this is happening to you, this is actually happening to you for a very important and very intentional reason to show you something deeper inside of yourself. This is what people oftentimes don't like to acknowledge and they don't like to take into account because it destroys everything in their fucking identity. It destroys their ego. It destroys the sense of attachment to here is me, here's my enemy. I have to overcome them. I have to overpower them. I have to be better than them. I have to maneuver them. It's not about that. You don't have any enemies. I don't care what's happening. You don't have any enemies. It's about your trauma. Everything that is manifesting to you is happening first through you. Okay. This is in relationship to your own trauma. You have trauma that you've been through in your past. This could even be generational trauma that is still stored in your nervous system at an emotional, sensational level. It is frozen in your body because you are unaware of this and because you're most likely living in a way where you are resisting this process of actually feeling and being with those emotions and sensations from the past. You are now creating a life where these repressed emotions are now manifesting externally to then come back to you to have you feel and embrace those emotions. So the way that this can actually look in a practical way, especially when you're getting into occultism and spirituality, which is based on soul development, which means you need to take into account trauma healing. You need to understand what that entails in regards to stored emotions in the nervous system and sensations. When you're getting into ritualistic practices, not understanding what you're truly getting into or why these practices exist in the first place, you are easily going to manifest circumstances into your life like other people that use quote unquote black magic that then target you for some reason, whatever reason that may be. I could care less, like whatever that reason is. Like you might have said something, you might have did something. They might just do it because they just feel like doing it to you. Who knows? Whatever the reason is, The person that is doing that to you is actually a reflection of you. They are representing that same trauma in your own nervous system that you are unwilling to be aware of and that you most likely are resisting. Actually, not even most likely, you are resisting. If this is happening to you, that's exactly what's taking place, and they are actually doing what they're doing to help surface that repressed emotion in your body so that you can face it, so that you can be with it, and so that you can actually start healing at that emotional, sensational level. So on the surface, it looks like this person's attacking me. My life is going to end. I'm in danger. I need to do something, protect myself, or shut down, freeze, freeze, freeze. But in reality, this person is actually, once again, reflecting that repressed energy inside of your own body. And what they're doing to you, whatever type of magic or ritualistic thing they're doing to you, is literally, I promise you, it is literally a reflection of what you're repressing internally, which means whatever it is that they're sending to you, the emotions that you're feeling as they are using black magic on you, that is where your healing potential is. That is where the value is. That is where you're supposed to go deeper into and integrate into your own potential and into your own power and ultimately into your own authenticity. This is what this means. This is what this is. Use it to your advantage. Okay. Stop getting stuck in this weird identity where you are always looking outside of yourself and where you're then creating stories about why this person's doing what they're doing and what did you do in response to cause them to act that way. And then now I have to find this witch doctor. I have to find this guru. I have to find this person to resolve my wrongs for me spiritually because they're keeping me safe. Now I have to start praying to angels or praying to demons because these are the only beings that are keeping me safe right now from these other humans that are attacking me. That is pathetic. Okay. And I say this in the most loving way possible. Now, I get it. I don't want to, I said that it's pathetic and in many ways it is, but I can also understand where people are coming from when they're in this space. I can understand people are very scared and it's not an easy thing to understand if you've never really allowed yourself to self reflect at a deep level. Okay, so I get where it comes from, but at a certain point, you need to realize what's going on and take responsibility for yourself so that you don't keep getting stuck in this loop. So you don't keep getting stuck in this cycle and understanding how to really integrate this because this is potential. When someone literally is using black magic on you, that is potential. That is value. You should be thankful that's actually happening because it's you manifesting through them coming back to you. The only reason why they're using black magic on you is not because of the thing that you did, the thing that you said, etc. It's because there's an energetic resonance between you and that person. And you have to get that. You have to understand that if you really want to heal this at its deepest core level. Because guess what? This person that is using magic on you in a not so healthy way, this is rooted in something much deeper in your past, probably connected to your family dynamic, potentially connected to your ancestorship going several different generations back, grandparents, great grandparents, etc. There is repressed emotions from those types of traumas that are now remanifesting themselves through the occult field in other practitioners that are now using ritualistic sciences to attack you when really it's just an opportunity to feel what you've been resistant to feeling. So here's the caveat. When this is happening to you, when you are getting attacked by another practitioner and you are not taking responsibility for this being connected to yourself in regards to emotions and sensations in your body that you're resisting, now what you're doing is you are attaching to parts of yourself that exist in your psyche that are aspects of fragmentation from trauma, and you are over identifying with them and you are creating a story. You're literally creating a fantasy, even. It's like it literally becomes so unreal from reality. You literally create this story that is based in like a fantasy that is not really what's happening. And you attach to that, you hold on to it, And actually, all that energy that this practitioner is using to attack you or to curse you, what it's actually doing is it's trying to break down this identity that you're attached to in the first place. So what this means is the more you're attached to that part of yourself, like the more you're actively holding on to it and not willing to let go of that, the more you're going to experience the negative effects of the black magic that the person is actually using on you, because the magic they're using on you is designed to help you dissolve the attachment you have to this part of yourself that you're thinking is who you actually are, when really it's only a part of you and there's a whole multitude of other aspects of you that exist inside of your system, especially, when it comes to these deeper vulnerable aspects of you and the inner child aspect. These are some of the most authentic, beautiful parts of the self, but you'll never have access to these things when you're attached to protector identities, protector parts of you that had to fragment off of different traumas from your past. So hopefully you're following what it is that I'm saying. This is what's taking place. So the black magic that you're experiencing that's changing your life and flipping your life upside down and making everything feel like you're dying, the reality is you are dying. But guess what? You're not dying in a bad way. You're not dying in an unhealthy way. You are dying to your attachment to the identity that you think you were, that you think you are inside of your own psyche. So you have to become aware that there is no such thing as evil in our universe, truly. Every single thing happens for a reason, even if you can't understand that reason. You are in resonance with the things that happen to you, positive or negative, and there is a lesson in all of these different things. So rather than creating that fantasy story and staying attached to this part of you that's trying to survive at all costs and protect yourself, which we're not going to judge that part of you. We're not going to shame this part of you, but we got to be aware that this is what's happening, rather than creating that false story fantasy that keeps that belief alive and keeps that attachment going. You got to say, you know what is the worst thing that could happen? The worst thing that could happen is I actually do die. Okay, well, let me compare what it's like to actually physically die from this curse that's being thrown at me and the reality that I'm currently living trying to survive the curse. What type of reality do you live in when you're trying to always protect yourself and survive someone that's using black magic on you? You are living in hell. You don't feel safe ever. You're walking on eggshells. You're always, looking for the threat. You're looking for the curse to manifest. You feel like nothing is permanent. You feel like everything is just going to dissolve away. You have to spend your money and hire other people to protect you, when that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Don't, for any of you out there, don't do that. Do not pay other people to protect you from other people's magic. That is bullshit. These are charlatans. Now, if you want to spend your money and you want to waste it on that, by all means, don't listen to what I'm saying. Go ahead and do that. But if you want to really understand at the core what is taking place and allow yourself to heal at this much deeper, authentic level, you have to start with responsibility and recognizing what is manifesting in your reality is energetically resonant with you. That's why it's manifesting. Why is it energetically resonant with you? Because there are repressed emotions, energies in motion in your nervous system, as well as sensations that are connected to traumas from your past, things that you experience, emotional neglect, abandonment, abuse, narcissistic abuse, like all these different types of things from your past store in your nervous system when you don't know how to process it. And how are you going to know how to process it, especially when you're just a little kid at that time frame going through the abuse? It's very natural to experience trauma and to fragment off protector aspects of the self as well as vulnerable aspects of the self. And then as we grow older, we start to identify with these different fragments, often the protector ones, and we are completely shelled off from our beauty of vulnerability and our beauty of being authentically open, present, connected socially, adventurous, curious, etc. So you got to look in, and you have to realize that when you're allowing yourself to look inwards and you're going through the real integration, the feeling of the emotions, feeling of the body sensations while doing what you know how to do that is in your power to create safety, which means healthy routines, healthy coping mechanisms. Clean up your home, make your home look nice, hang up pictures that make you feel good, light candles that smell good to you, do things that feel good to you. Like, just be consistent with these little things. And then you will start actually healing at a deep level that is important for you. And whoever it is that is cursing you, whoever it is that's using black magic on you, they are literally going to be unable to affect you at all because you're healing the way you're supposed to be healing. So remember what I said. The reason why they're cursing you in the first place is because they're reflecting what you're repressing. So when you start actually processing and feeling those repressed energies that the black magician cursing you was reflecting, that person can no longer harm you. They can't do anything. They can't affect you in a way that is going to actually physically hurt you or physically harm you because you're doing the work you're supposed to be doing on yourself. And then you'll start to actually understand that this black magician that cursed you, it was actually out of unconditional love in the deepest unconscious way that you weren't aware of. They gave you an opportunity to heal something that was repressed, and their black magic helped to surface it in your nervous system, and your nervous system attracted the person to do it with you. But once again, if you want to stay attached to that identity and you want to play that story and you want to live in that fantasy and you want to say it's not fair and you want to continue to try to always protect yourself from it and hire other people to counteract it, you're doing nothing but putting a band-aid on something that needs to be tended to in a much deeper way. You've got a gash in your arm all the way down to the bone that needs nurturance, it needs real support, it needs love, it needs sensitivity, and all you're doing is just putting a little band-aid on it and saying, please go away, please go away, please go away. And it's not. It's just not. So you have to wake the fuck up. Okay? And I'm passionate about this today. So with that being said, when you are attached to that part of you that is trying to keep these things alive, you are going to be experiencing the death energy from the person who's cursing you because they're trying to break that attachment that you have to that part of yourself. So when you feel like I'm going to get killed, I'm dying, they're trying to kill me, they're sending an entity, a demon to me that's going to kill me. Demons and angels are designed to support soul development in general. It doesn't matter who you are. Demons and angels support your soul's evolution. That's why they exist. So, of course, when it comes to more of the demonic realm, there's a different resonance with that than there is the angelic. Demonic energy does have a catalytic component. Demons, although they can bring destructive energies into your life, they're doing it from the foundation of helping your soul develop. I am telling you, as someone, once again, who is a real black magician, who goes very deep with my initiatory practices and has a lot of experience working with this. Not even just in this lifetime, I promise you this. This is the message most people don't understand and most people don't hear from other people because other people a lot of times don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So listen to this. Demons are designed to support your soul's development no matter who you are. Now, of course, when you're a black magician, you are working more so with what is called the negative polarity, which is the demonic realm. And when we are working with these energies, we go very deep with these energies from a soul development perspective. We develop very strong relationships with these different energetic forces that are literally existing in our solar system as well as our galaxy at large. And we are able to channel them much more effectively into our nervous systems. But it's all for development purposes. It's all for understanding our truest, authentic self in relationship to the inner child, in relationship to being able to be nurtured by this universe itself and understanding how we are all interconnected by the same source energy. We're all one. You are me, I am you. So anything that is manifesting in my reality is an aspect of me I'm an energetic resonant with. resonance with. And if I'm going to be responsible and I'm going to be mature with my practices, I need to self reflect in that way and start there as a foundation. And then realize the importance once again of trauma and how much that can fucking manifest into our present life if we're not resolving these traumas or if we're not allowing ourselves to heal these things and integrate them in a healthy way. So, when you are healing and when you are actually reflecting and going into the emotion and the sensation that you are feeling when someone's cursing you, that's as simple as, what does it feel like to be cursed? How does it actually make you feel? Does it make you afraid? Does it make you scared? Does it make you anxious? Does it make you anxiety? Does it make you depressed? Feeling those emotions is literally the key. It's how you're going to heal. That is what is connected to a much deeper core trauma. Those same emotions, the fear, the anxiety, etc., are connected to something much deeper in your past. Now it's just manifesting through this person cursing you in the present moment to help you better work with the emotions, because you probably don't even remember what happened in the past, but the emotions are still in your nervous system. So it's taking an extreme event to manifest, like someone cursing you, to surface these things in your body, which is what it is. There's no problem with that. Trust me. Let me give you a personal example. I have been in the occult for 7 years now. Okay. I've been spiritual my entire life. And I have, once again, like a lot of past life resonance with this type of energy and working with these different types of things. In my 7 years of being basically a public figure, speaking about these different things and going into very much depth, I have said things and I have spoken on things that are extremely, we could say, hidden. I have said things that you're not supposed to say. I have done things you're not supposed to do. And when I say that, I mean like along the lines of extreme, you know, ritualistic practices that are very powerful yet not accepted by the collective consciousness. You got to understand, like, with the 7 years that I've been involved with this, I have been cursed by hundreds of people. So, of course, in the spiritual community, there's other occultists, et cetera, et cetera. I've been cursed by so many people. I've been death cursed probably over 1,000 times. I've been cursed in numerous amounts of ways over and 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 over. And here I am right now, thriving still. My life is only improving as it always has been. Everything is working out. I go through my own trauma processing. I'm learning more about myself every single day. I'm connecting more with my inner child. I'm in a wonderful relationship. My family's doing fine. Everything is working out in a beautiful way. And I'm not saying these things in the sense that like things can happen in life 100%. But what I'm trying to say is that the reason why I've been able to thrive, even though I've been cursed probably way more than any of you listening to this, in way more intense ways than any of you can listen to this, is one, because I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if someone curses me. Authentically, when that first started happening to me, it did make me a little bit afraid. I was a little bit scared. I didn't really understand what exactly was happening. And I was much more concerned with fighting back and cursing them back. As I've evolved and as I've matured within this field, I realized at one point through my process, wait a minute, it's like I can never stop getting cursed. There's always someone cursing me. What the hell? So at what point do I say, I need to just let go of this and realize that this is just a part of growth, especially with the field that I'm in, and any of you that are working with occultism and deeper aspects of spirituality. At what point do we have to say, like, this is just a part of the path and it's a part of the process? And there must be something deeper here that's trying to be shown to me, because I could try to curse people back every day for the rest of my life and get stuck in a loop where I'm never really resolving the root problem and then getting myself to a position where I don't need to get cursed as much because I've already processed and am processing those repressed emotions that are in my system that are what is important to be processing. So once again, at a point throughout my journey, I started letting go of it more and I started reflecting more and taking more responsibility into myself and then realizing, wait a second, wait a minute, people that are cursing me are reflecting me and they're sending me this dark energy to literally surface what's existing in me that already was in me from my traumas. And you know what? There is unconditional love in this because what that means is that these people, even though their intentions may not be so healthy towards me, on a deeper, much deeper unconscious level, they're actually doing me a favor. They're actually supporting my soul's growth because they're cursing me, because it's giving me opportunity to process those repressed negative energies that were in my system that I get to now feel as they're cursing me. And as I integrate and process those emotions as they're coming up, rather than getting stuck on the person that's cursing me and trying to overcome them or destroy them or protect myself from them, rather than doing all that, but just taking the energy and focusing it solely on me and my process and my healing. Now I'm transmuting all that energy that's being sent to me for the reason why it's there in the first place. And then I'm healing, I'm integrating, I'm learning more about myself, and I'm becoming more authentic to who I truly am. And then in that moment, I am the source. I am doing what the source does, which is soul development, soul evolution, healing. So the person that is cursing me, if they continue to attach to me and they think that I am their enemy and they just want to keep cursing me, but I'm taking the energy and I'm focusing it inwards on myself, at some point, I'm no longer going to be in resonance with that person, which means the karma of them continuing to curse me or attack me will go right back to them. And everything that they're doing to me is going to manifest right back to them because I'm also reflecting something in them that exists inside of them. So let me say that one more time. So the person that's cursing me or cursing you, there is also something in you that is reflecting inside of them that they need to be aware of. So when you focus inwards on your process and your healing and your integration, and that's what's most important to you, then if they are still attached to attacking you or to cursing you, you are also an energetic link that is representing them. So if they're spiritually bypassing or coping by cursing you, that energy is going right back to them and it's going to hit them just as hard as they're trying to send it to you. And that's the best thing. That's the most wonderful part. And I can't tell you how many people I have seen be affected by this dark energy that have sent it to me. And I know how to transmute it. I know how to process it. Trust me. Okay. And I dare anyone to do it with me. And it just naturally goes back. It naturally goes back to the person. And then their life flips upside down. It gets destroyed. And then you get to continue thriving. You get to continue living your life. So once again, I can't tell you how many times people have been so concerned about cursing me and doing what they want to do in that regards. And then of course I feel the energy. It's real, but it's surfacing something that already existed inside of me. And there was already emotions behind that, sensations behind it, and memories. And then I get to feel it and appreciate the person cursing me, integrate that for what it is, and then just live my life, not attached, not having to think about the person. And then if they're still attached to me, their life flips upside down. And almost every single time, that's what happens. The person is attached to me because I said something that triggered them and they don't know how to reflect in themselves the way that I did. So they think I'm their enemy. They think I'm someone who's completely separate from them and has no energetic resonance to them whatsoever. I'm just a bad person. And then the energy goes right back to them because they don't know who they're fucking with. I would not want to be someone that does that with me because I know the degree of processing I do internally, and that energy will find its way back to you. And there's a lot of other things that support that process. And I'm a black magician at the end of the day. So I operate deeply in that unconscious realm and I know how these energies function. So with that being said, this is everything that you need to know. When you're getting cursed, if you're getting cursed, watch this video and recognize you're okay. Everything's going to be okay. This is an opportunity for you. Be thankful for this, but feel what you're truly feeling. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be anxious. It's okay to feel depressed. It's okay to be afraid of dying. Feel these things. Give yourself the space and create a foundation to help you feel these things. If you want to work with someone that understands this process, work with me one-on-one. Do a mentorship with me. It's the second link in the YouTube description. I've actually got to go. I have a client call coming up. If you want to join my Patreon, it's the first link in the YouTube video description. It is literally the most valuable place that you can go to study a lot more on these occult sciences, knowledge, practice, nervous system regulation, creating the foundation that I'm talking about. All of this is on my Patreon. Over 750 members are actively a part of the Patreon. That is for many intentional reasons. Then you gain access to the Universe Be Vampire service, which is a whole nother thing. Go and check that out if you're interested. Over 300 active members take advantage of this ritualistic service that I offer every single month on the 29th. The deadline to sign up is the 28th. It literally is an energetic support for this deeper processing for anyone that takes advantage of it. Okay. Second link, that's where you can book the mentorships. It's also where you can book a tarot card reading with Alexia if you're interested in doing that. Third link is the LUCIFERS Foundation course. This course gives you everything you need to know to develop a powerful, healthy relationship with Lucifer. Fourth link is my YouTube memberships. I would love to have you a part of the family. Fifth link is my book recommendations for you. This gives you everything you need to know in a nutshell, very valuable knowledge, yet broken down in a digestible way to really understand on everything occult in regards to initiation, the spheres, the archetypes, the demons, and the angels. With that being said, this is going to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all have an amazing rest of the day or night, wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.